Yo, what up, guys? It's Rhythm. Today, we're going to talk about a frequently asked question that you guys like to ask a lot, and it's about my skill build as a ranger. Now, I know I don't include these in all my videos, and it's really my fault for not putting it in the description, which I will start doing from now on. But today, I am going to go over how you should level up your skill build and what's the best things to grab as a ranger. Now, one of the most frustrating things as a ranger when you're first starting out is figuring out, obviously, what you're supposed to spec into. Now, obviously, from the very beginning, before you hit level 50, level 55, level 56 and beyond, you don't have as many skill points as other people do. That's just the way Black Desert is, and so you're kind of limited. So today, I'm going to show you guys my entire skill build, okay? And I'm also going to post it in the description and everything so you guys can copy pasta and all of that good stuff. But I'm going to go over kind of like the key things that you want to get first, I guess you would say, like as you're leveling up maybe or starting out. Actually, not leveling up. This is not a leveling up build. I'm just going to give you the main things that you want to get before you start getting other things, because other things are really, I wouldn't say cosmetic, but are really optional. You don't really need them, but it's pretty cool to have and stuff like that. So yeah, let's get into it. All right, so let's get started. First off, I am going to give you guys the essentials that you're going to want to get before you start getting all of the optional stuff. So let's begin. First off, you definitely want to get the Charging Wind. You can get either SP or you can get the Ultimate. I heard both are good. As long as you have the AP Awakening on the Ultimate one, it'll work just fine. I prefer to use the SP one just because of the overall damage, but either or works. Another thing that you want to get is, as an essential, is definitely grabbing Pinpoint. Now this is very important because you will use this later on as one of your strongest ways to get a knockdown, and I'll show you guys in a little bit what I'm talking about. One of the other essentials that you want to get is the Ultimate Evasive Shot. This is honestly like the most important one, because without this skill, you literally can't do any of the canceling, and you can't get this skill to level 41, so that's kind of like when Rangers start. This is really important. You need this skill to basically do everything else. Next up is the Evasive Explosive Shot. Now this is really important. The reason I rank it up to 3 instead of just leaving it at 1 is because if you rank it up to 3, you have a wider range, I think it's a radius around you, where you can actually stun your opponent. So it's another form of CC, but it's also RNG, but it's, either or, it's really important to have, and I think it helps me in a very sticky situation. Next up, you want to get Tearing Arrow, because you will be pairing this up with Penetrating Wind, and this ends up being one of your longest range knockdowns in the game. It's a very long range, and I'll explain it in just a minute. Next up, you want to get Blasting Gust 3, but make sure you do not get the Ultimate Blasting Gust. Reason being is because the Ultimate Blasting Gust will actually make you stand still when using this ability, and you do not want to do that. With the Blasting Gust 3, you'll be able to actually animation cancel it and move while using this, and this is one of your biggest ways for mobility, and another way for a damage dealer and stuff like that. Next up is Will of the Wind. Now I can't stress how important this is, because it puts a debuff on the enemy, as you guys can see if you read the description, which allows you to do a bit more damage with range. So basically what I do with this skill is I use this as my setup. I start up with this after the knockdown, and then I immediately follow with a couple of shotguns, and it does tons of damage, and you'll see in just a minute what I mean. Next up is Penetrating Wind. You obviously want to rank this up to the very max, because like I said, you'll be using this with Tearing Arrow to kind of combo a really long range, possibly very RNG knockdown. I would not say you need Ultimate Descending Current. All of this is very useless until you get down to here, the Ultimate. That's the only time it's ever worth it, but it takes a lot of mana, and honestly, I don't use it in a lot of situations. I think the only way you'll be using this is if you're doing sieges. So I wouldn't really put this as a priority, unless, of course, you're doing a lot of sieges and big-ass, World v World fights. Next up, a lot of people may say get some spirit healing, but I completely disagree with that because I have not noticed a change by ranking it up. I think in the beginning of the game I ranked it up really high, maybe up to here or something, and I ended up dropping all of it with a skill reset because this is totally useless. It gives you a little bit of mana back, but it's nothing worth over just spamming pot. So do not get this. This is a waste of points. Unless, of course, you're just like at 800 whatever points and you can just spare points. Next up, I would say Call of the Earth is not a priority, but I would definitely say this is one of my favorite ones because if you rank this up, it's very cheap. As you can tell, it's 3 points per rank up. And at the very end, I think according to the tooltip in the game, you get like 9% accuracy. Now, accuracy, as you know, for Rangers is very, very, very important. So this is actually kind of cool to have after you get the essentials from what I've described throughout the whole talent tree. Now, for these ones on the sides right here, you want to make sure you get 3 of them. I think they're the most important ones, but obviously you get the Flow Pinpointing Gust 1, and then you get the Flow Pinpointing Gust 2. Now, I don't necessarily know off the top of my head why I get the Pinpointing Gust 2, but I know it's very important, and please correct me if I'm wrong, any of you professional rangers out there, but I do believe this is very important. Either way, they're both important because you'll actually use Pinpoint to combo it with Blasting Gust, which will do a knockdown. And this is actually like it should be your most favorite knockdown because as you'll see in my videos, I use this as my starter every single time. Next thing, or the last thing you want to definitely get as a priority, is the Flow Call from the Sky. This is your only iframe. Some argue that it's not an iframe, but some do. So I don't know. I think it helps me in a lot of situations. Plus, if you get this and you call from the sky in the air, and then you right click before you hit the ground, it'll actually do a stun. And I'm not sure which one that is that makes it to where you can get the stun. I'm not sure. Maybe I'll say it in the comments below. But yeah, I use that a lot, as you can tell from my videos. Now, all of this other stuff is not really a priority. Like Razor Wind, the ultimate Razor Wind, is really good, but for PvE mobs and stuff like that, it's nothing for PvP. It's not really something you want to strive to get. Make sure you do not get anything higher than Pinpoint 1 because it doesn't really do anything, I think, except just extra damage, which in the first place you don't use it for that reason. Charging Kick is a good thing to have as well, but I don't really recommend it. I'm not sure if it actually comes with something to make it. Oh no, I don't know. I'm not sure. Like I said, I'll leave it down in the comments below. But I think that's about it. Like only get Tearing Arrow 1 because the higher you get Tearing Arrow will actually make it to where it costs more mana to use. So you do not want to get anything higher than rank 1 for Tearing Arrow. And yeah, I think that's about it. Obviously, this stuff down here is for a higher level. You obviously want to get these as a priority as well. But yeah, so thank you guys for watching. Definitely leave a comment down below if you guys have any kind of questions or whatever, and I'm gonna try to answer them as soon as possible. And definitely hit that thumbs up button if you guys enjoyed the video. But I think that's about it. So thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace. Hey guys, don't forget to hit that thumbs up button if you enjoyed the video, and follow my Twitter for more updates. Like the summer, fucking like no other. Don't you tell 'em